In the small town of Wrightsville, Georgia, a legend was born on March 3, 1962. Herschel Jr. Walker entered this world with nothing handed to him. As one of 7 children raised in rural Georgia, Walker faced challenges that would have broken most men. Standing at 6 feet 1 inch and eventually weighing a chiseled 225 pounds, Walker's physical presence would become his calling card. But in those early days, few could have predicted the impact this young man would have on American sports and beyond. Overweight and struggling with a stutter, the young Walker was initially an unlikely candidate for athletic glory. He transformed these obstacles into fuel, pushing himself beyond what anyone thought possible. By his senior year at Johnson County High School, Walker's transformation was nothing short of remarkable. He rushed for an astounding 3,167 yards, propelling the Johnson County Trojans to their first ever state championship. His dominance wasn't limited to the football field. Walker won the state shot put, 100-yard dash, and 220-yard dash events, while also anchoring his 4x400 relay team to victory. Across his high school career from 1976 to 1979, Walker's total rushing yards likely exceeded 8,000, based on his senior year performance alone. His high school accolades culminated in the inaugural Dial Award as the 1979 National High School Scholar Athlete of the Year, marking him as a once-in-a-generation talent. Walker's collegiate career at the University of Georgia was where the legend truly took form. In just 3 seasons from 1980 to 1982, Walker amassed 5,259 rushing yards on 994 carries, averaging 5.3 yards per attempt and scoring 49 rushing touchdowns. As a freshman in 1980, he helped Georgia capture the national championship, rushing for 1,616 yards and 15 touchdowns. His prowess earned him a 3rd-place finish in the Heisman Trophy voting that year. As a freshman, he followed with an even more impressive sophomore campaign, rushing for 1,891 yards and 18 touchdowns in 1981, and capped his college career with 1,752 yards and 16 touchdowns in 1987-1982, finally capturing the coveted Heisman Trophy. Walker's 5,259 career rushing yards in just 3 seasons placed him among the NCAA's elite, a mark made more impressive considering he averaged 331 carries per season. Instead of heading straight to the NFL, Walker made the bold decision to sign with the New Jersey Generals of the upstart United States Football League in 1983. Over 3 USFL seasons, Walker proved his worth by rushing for a staggering 5,562 yards on 1,143 carries, averaging 4.9 yards per attempt and scoring 54 rushing touchdowns. His receiving skills added another dimension to his game, with 130 receptions for 1,484 yards and 7 touchdowns. In his final USFL season in 1985, Walker reached his professional peak, rushing for 2,411 yards and 21 touchdowns, averaging 5.5 yards per carry. Over his USFL career, Walker averaged an astonishing 381 carries per season, demonstrating a durability that few running backs in football history have matched. When the USFL folded after the 1985 season, Walker finally entered the NFL with the Dallas Cowboys, who had anticipated his arrival by selecting him in the 5th round, 114 overall, of the 1985 NFL Draft. His first NFL season in 1986 showcased his versatility as he rushed for 737 yards and 12 touchdowns, while adding 76 receptions for 837 yards and 2 more scores. In 1988, Walker had his finest NFL season, rushing for 1,514 yards and 5 touchdowns, while catching 53 passes for 505 yards and 2 touchdowns. His ability to play 7 different positions, halfback, fullback, tight end, H-back, wide receiver, slot receiver, and flanker, made him a revolutionary offensive weapon. Between 1986 and 1988 with Dallas, Walker averaged 240 carries and 63 receptions per season, establishing himself as one of the most complete backs in the game. Then came the trade that would change NFL history. In 1989, the Dallas Cowboys sent Walker to the Minnesota Vikings in exchange for 5 players and 6 future draft picks, a haul that would help build the Cowboys dynasty of the 1990s. For Walker, the trade marked the beginning of a journey through 4 more NFL teams over the next decade. Despite being labeled Herschel the Turkey by some Minnesota media, Walker continued to produce, rushing for 2,264 yards and 20 touchdowns in just over 2 seasons with the Vikings. His career trajectory shows that in Minnesota, Walker averaged about 183 carries per season, a significant reduction from his workload in Dallas. The Philadelphia Eagles signed Walker in 1992, hoping he would be the missing piece for their Super Bowl aspirations. Over 3 seasons in Philadelphia, Walker rushed for 2,344 yards and 14 touchdowns, while adding an impressive 163 receptions for 1,388 yards and 7 receiving touchdowns. His 1992 season was particularly strong, with 1,070 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns. Walker's versatility was on full display in 1994, when he became the first NFL player to record 90-plus yard gains as a rusher, receiver, and kick returner in a single season. His Philadelphia tenure saw him average about 184 carries and 54 receptions per season, continuing to demonstrate his dual-threat capabilities. After a brief stop with the New York Giants in 1995, where he served primarily as a kick returner with 41 returns for 881 yards, 21.5-yard average, Walker returned to where his NFL journey began, the Dallas Cowboys. He spent his final 2 NFL seasons, 1996 to 1997, with Dallas, primarily as a kickoff return specialist and third down back. Over his 12-year NFL career spanning 187 games, Walker accumulated 8,225 rushing yards, 4,859 receiving yards, and 5,084 kickoff return yards for a total of 18,168 all-purpose yards, averaging 97.2 all-purpose yards per game. His combined professional football statistics, USFL and NFL, include 13,787 rushing yards, 61 rushing touchdowns, 642 receptions, 6,343 receiving yards, and 28 receiving touchdowns. Numbers that would place him among the all-time greats if compiled in a single league. Walker's athletic pursuits extended far beyond the football field. In 1992, he competed in the Winter Olympics as a member of the United States bobsled team, finishing 7th in the 2-man competition. At age 47, Walker stunned the sports world by entering a mixed martial arts competition with Strikeforce. He won both of his professional MMA fights by technical knockout, proving his extraordinary athleticism extended well beyond his football years. His dedication to martial arts also earned him a 5th-degree black belt in Taekwondo, showcasing his commitment to excellence in every field he entered. Walker's competitive drive even led him to participate in reality television shows like The Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump and Rachel vs. Guy Celebrity Cook-Off, which he won in 2014. Walker's post-athletic career included significant business ventures, and an entry into politics came gradually, beginning with endorsements of Republican candidates like Jack Kingston in 2014 and Brian Kemp in 2018. His support for Donald Trump in the 2016 and 2020 presidential elections raised his political profile, leading to his appointment to the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition in 2018. Walker's journey from rural Georgia to the highest levels of sports and politics represents the American dream and its complexities. On December 17, 2024, his remarkable journey added another chapter when President-elect Donald Trump named Walker as his nominee for U.S. Ambassador to the Bahamas. After graduating from the University of Georgia in December 2024 with a Bachelor of Science in Family and Consumer Sciences degree, 42 years after his initial enrollment, Walker's nomination represented another reinvention for a man who has continuously defied expectations. From carrying footballs to carrying diplomatic responsibilities, Herschel Walker's life story continues to demonstrate that with extraordinary physical gifts, unwavering determination, and the willingness to reinvent oneself, the possibilities are limitless, even for an overweight kid with a stutter from Wrightsville, Georgia.